Hey everybody, welcome back. In front of me is my childhood go-kart I built with my dad, and I'm gonna try and resurrect it for my kids. Well, I guess I've got some kiddies to help too. This was my go-kart I built with my dad when I was a kid, probably 10, 12, something like that, 13. I think we got the plans out of a popular mechanics magazine, paid 20 bucks for them, 10 bucks, whatever the case may be. And I used the heck out of this thing until probably high school age. And I kind of outgrew it for height. And it's pretty much sat in their yard for the last 30 years, 30 some years. Oddly, the paint is still pretty much impeccable on it, except for I had some feet rub. So kudos to Dad, who whatever paint he used on this thing, probably some aircraft paint, who knows. It still looks fantastic. Let's do a quick little walk around of it here. So it is a basic go-kart, dune buggy thing, geared for some country roads, out in the country, fields, whatever. It's got a driveline out of a snowmobile on it, which is missing a chain. It has a 10 horsepower Tecumseh engine on it. It is still free, and it does spin over. The fuel lines themselves were rotted, so I've already started to take those out and work on replacements. So what I need to do is take this off and run the new fuel line from under here to back here to the carburetor, which I'm sure is also complete garbage, but one step at a time. Now, this thing was originally built with a solid steel 1-inch axle in the rear end, and I ended up wrapping it around a tree because, well, it went in a straight line and our driveway is not straight. I did a full 360 in the air, another 360 on the ground, and luckily, moments before that, we had installed the seat belt. So that was probably a very good thing. Also, the steering wheel Dad made, it could probably be revised and made a little more safe. But apparently the kitty does not mind. You like this little cart, don't you, huh? Yeah. Yeah. So now it's the kitty cart, I guess. So basically my goal is to see if we can get this thing running again. Tires all don't hold air except for one of them. And again, they're all 30-some-year-old, I don't even know what brand tires these are. Goodyear looks like. So probably whatever the local Fleet Farm had at that time, they probably still have them. But two things I've noticed. A, my microphone battery is about to die. And two, if you've noticed, I'm off-brand, no Doc's Autos branding and shirts today. One, they're all in the laundry from being so stinking hot. And two, this is kind of my own little pet project that I want to get running to a point where the kids can drive it with a helmet, proper safety gear, when they're a little older. For now, I might just use this to run up to the neighbors for a cold snack. We'll see. But for now, I'm going to charge the microphone up and mainly see if I can get that new fuel line routed from the tank to the carburetor. The other thing I did have, I want to redo again, if this engine is still good, is I tried to have a kill switch on it because the only way to kill it is to short out the engine and the spark plug. And that's tough to do because you take your foot off the brake and it wants to go, just natural from that torque converter, whatever it is, belt drive thing in the back. So I may try and find a bigger, better cutoff switch, and if the engine is shut, I'm probably going to run out to Harbor Freight and find another 10 to 12 horsepower engine I can put back on here with the same dimensions, so I don't have to move any of the shafts or anything like that, because that would require cutting a lot of stuff off and re-welding it, which I don't want to do. And if that's the case, they often come with a key, so that'd be a great benefit for me. Anyways, let me go ahead, work on getting this fuel line replaced, which you really can't see anyways, get the microphone charged up, and we'll come back. Hopefully I can put some fuel in here and see if it'll even kick off for us.
weeks later.
Okay, it is a new day. I've gone ahead and taken the carburetor off of the Tecumseh engine on the back of the Go-Kart. It does, like I said, the engine is free, we saw that, but I know the carburetor is all gummed up and crapped up. I took off the bowl, and of course, it's dry as a bone. The float is stuck in here, the needle is stuck, so there's no way it's gonna start. So I'm gonna go ahead, drop this in our ultrasonic parts cleaner and see if that doesn't clean things up after a while. And if the float or the needle is indeed stuck, I'll go find a replacement off of eBay for, you know, $20 and see if that'll help us get the engine running. I am hopeful it will. I guess I could have shot some starter fluid down the throat before I took it apart, but here we are. So let's go ahead, put this in our parts washer for a while and see if it cleans up. Alrighty, 15 minutes in the parts cleaner, and a lot of gunk and stuff is gone, but the needle is still, of course, stuck. I gotta try and get the pin out for our float and try and get it out. I don't know that we're going to. At least the seal here for the bowl is a little more pliable and able to come off. Not sure we want that. But let's see if I can get a pliers, see if we can get this little pin out. You can see it right in here. This guy here is pretty well, if you can see it, probably not. There we go. Pretty well stuck in place. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it out, so I'm guessing it's going to be an Amazon replacement or an eBay replacement. But let's see. Even if we did get this out, I'm not too hopeful that the needle will come out. Yeah, I don't think that's going to come out. I'm going to try and find a little pin, see if I can't set this in the vise gently and tap out the pin that holds the float. That's kind of our last deal before we just spend 20 bucks and buy a new one, because it's not worth it to spend 4 hours to fight with this thing only to have it garbage anyways.
3 weeks later.
Well, it's been longer than I'd like, but we've got a new carburetor. I just kept forgetting to order it, and we've got one project behind you, one next to you, and another one over there, and then a fourth project to start. So I've been busy, in addition to it being extremely hot down here. This is the first day it's been under 85 down here, just because of our weather. Anyways, new carburetor. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this thing on and see if we can't figure out, well, where'd my other screw go for that? There's one missing, that's great. One of the screws for the carburetor is not here. That's wonderful. I don't know where it went. That's probably gonna be bad. Oh, it's in there. Yay, okay, I still have it, good. So yeah, not a ton to see, but got our new fuel line. I'm gonna run it around the outside of the engine for now, just until, make sure it works, because I think I've got to take some of this cowling off, or at least the gas tank, to get it, get the tube routed through the little block area here, which is probably gonna be a pain in the butt. But if we can at least get it started and kicked over on fuel, I will be confident in putting more time and effort into it. Oh, I should probably put the throttle linkage back on, because that goes here. All right, you're in there, good. There's my new gasket. I haven't destroyed that yet. Give me time. Let's push the fuel line on there a little more. Again, yeah, I'm not running it through where it should go, nor am I putting the little clamps on it, because, well, I'll be taking it off again. I'm almost certain. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's on. Do I have enough fuel line to run around all the way? I hope I do. Just barely. This is going to make a mess, I'm sure. And not as big a one as I was expecting. So, that should at least give us the ability to try and start it. Now there's no chain on here, so it's not going to go anywhere, nor do I really feel it's going to start and do much. But, oh, that sticks, that's not good. Let's see if I can at least give it a couple pulls if anything happens. I mean, it started on starting fluid before. That's choked, sorry, my bad. Okay, I guess I'm kind of okay with that. Let me give it another pull here. Somewhere I had a detent for starting it. Oh, I think it was a stick or something. That's probably right. I can shove some cardboard in there. Okay, that's promising for me. Let's see if I can throw a little starting fluid in there just to give it a hand until the bowl. I'm guessing the bowl should be filled up. Well, I could just adjust in the idle too, couldn't I? For starting, for playing. Let's just do that. Let's choke it off again. Look at that! It runs. I'm kind of shocked. It seems to burn oil or 30 years of crud from in the muffler. Waiting for that to maybe catch on fire. That's pretty awesome. Now the next thing I've got to do is get a chain for this. There's no chain on here. I don't know where it went. It used to be in it. Beyond it, I thought I had a coffee can, old metal coffee can of Folgers with a bunch of Go-Kart parts in it. Maybe that just disappeared over the last 30 some years at my place or my dad's house. Either way, I've got to get a new chain, so I'll figure that out. But that's going to be for the next video. I'm going to try and get the tires to hold air. I'm not sure if I can just try and reseal the beads or if I got to put some slime in them. I really don't want to spend $400 on new tires right now because That's $400 I could put to other things like fixing this thing behind me. It might come to that. Anyways, this is pretty cool. Stick around, I'm gonna do another video on this, at least, and see if we can't get it moving with the chain. Like I said, you just gotta go find a chain. So thanks for watching. I'm pretty excited about this, if you can't tell. So now I'm gonna go back and work on something else broken. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.